The difference between Islamic psychology and Western psychology is that Western psychology puts a lot of focus on the mind. Mindfulness, meditation. If you're depressed, it's an imbalance in your brain, chemicals. In Islamic psychology, the emphasis is on the heart. Everything that we do with our five senses affects our heart. So with our eyes, what are we looking at? Are we constantly watching porn? Are we looking at people of the opposite gender? Are we just letting our eyes roam all over the place? What are we doing with our mouth? Are we backbiting, lying, cursing? What are the foods that we're eating? Are we eating high quality foods, or are we eating all of these low quality foods that have such a bad effect on our heart? What are we listening to? Are we listening to trashy music? Are we listening to bad lyrics, or are we listening to the Quran? Are we listening to people backbite, people gossip, people swearing? Are we touching people of the opposite gender? All of these things affects our heart, which will in turn have an impact on our mental state, which is why depression and anxiety is on the rise, and which is why people can't find a permanent solution for depression, because everyone is trying to treat it on a mind level. If you're trying to treat it on a mind level, you're going to be depressed and anxious for the rest of your life. But if you take into consideration your heart, you will be able to cure your depression and your anxiety. But people don't want a permanent solution. If you tell them this is what you have to do, they'll be like, no, I'd rather be depressed and anxious. Because in this day and age, depression and anxiety is the standard. If you're not depressed and if you're not anxious, something is wrong with you. So people would rather ruminate in their depression than ever change.